Travis Wingezel. So did you guys enjoy your break from videos from scripture prophecy about the evil abominations of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints? Well, we're back at it again. Section 133 today. So again, let me repeat the picture because this is the month Kislev in the Jewish calendar. For the month of December 2024, on the 16th of December, which is next week, the 15th of Kislev. So I'm paying very close attention because of the 9/11 dream I had with the number 15 Dubleved. Not W'd. Double V'd. Not quite, but close. This was the historical event in 167 BCE when the Greeks took over the Jewish temple, destroyed the altar, and then 10 days later established the new Greek altar with pig sacrifices and the practice of prostitution, paying for sex with women. The Jews called this the abomination of desolation, as spoken of by Daniel. So you're looking for the Latter-day Church, through whom Joseph Smith said a Mormon would be born in, to save Mormons from the great and abominable church if they would but merely listen to him. That's it. That's all. Not complicated. And yet apparently it's too much for Mormons to bear. Because it's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So on the 20th was Ezra 9's sermon, No Prostitution Marriages. Interfaith. 22nd of December, which is Sunday. The actual event, 128 BCE, the Danite temple on Mount Ephraim, Shechem, is destroyed. The same location where Jesus offered sacrifices when conquering the land and setting up the house of Israel with their tents in Zion. And also where Dinah was raped. And then Levi and Simeon did the whole chopping off of penises. So Simeon isn't even recorded. Is it, or is it the Danites that isn't in that? Anyway, somebody's left out in Revelation. As Manasseh is put in. And so, the 26th, technically the Jewish calendar time of the 25th at 6 p.m., Christmas, the Jews, with the Maccabean revolt, took back their temple and began to section 85 verse 7 it. Set it in order. And thus is the yearly holy day of the Jews called Hanukkah. But because of Christians tampering with it and putting it in the Septuagint, Jews want nothing to do with Maccabees, even though that's where Hanukkah comes from. The practice had been going on before the Book of Maccabees was written. And so on the 28th of December, Noah's Ark landed on the Danite Temple Mount of Mount Ephraim. So say the Samaritans, so say we all. And so, Nebuchadnezzar's dream of the idol statue god, I should have that in this file too, because we kind of need to utilize it. No? Okay. 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 Come on. Files are getting too big. Getting too big. And I didn't file them as I got new stuff to put in. And I knew I needed to do it. I wanted to retire. Great. There's the statue all by himself. Interesting. Monocle. Ooh. Should we resurrect this photo? No money, no honey. Trump in the church's underwear. Daniel 2:31-36. Pigs. Ooh. Ooh. We are going to have to resurrect this. Put in that file. Remember to put it in. can't believe you're letting them get away with that. Using the BYU video as it's now literal history talk from conference. Are you kidding me? I know it's in there somewhere. Somewhere out there. I know it's out there somewhere. And somewhere I can blah 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 blah. Unbelievable. I know I've got it. This file. Oh my god. Alrighty, so yeah, I put Doctrine and Covenants 65, which was a highlight for this. DNC 3:16, 2nd Nephi 3:5, and 29 4 through 6. So this is 133. That's part of this. There's a whole bunch of scriptures that could be thrown in here. I only have the one where I did a VLC snapshot. So the original one got filed away in the archives. But anyway, Babylon started off the abuse against the Jews. In 586 BCE, on the Babylonian calendar of the 9th of Av, which is 9/11. Babylon came in and destroyed the Jewish temple. The ruins are still there to this day, underneath the ruins of the Roman destruction of the Second Temple, which are under the Dome of the Rock of Muslims. And somehow Muslims think that they are the occupiers of or the owners of the land, and that Israel are the occupiers. Whatever. Just destroy it. Let all those sensitive snowflake Muslims cry. Babylon gave birth to Islam, by the way, in case you didn't know. That's why they claim it, denying that they were the first cause. What a shocker. Just like they deny October 7th as the first cause. And now Amnesty International and the ICC and all charities and national leaders are all against Israel for being the big bad meanies. Just so sickening. So, yeah, Babylon took hostages and hid them in Ur of Babylon. The women were given to the Babylonian men, thus raped in their kidnapping. So this is far worse than what the Greeks did, because the Greeks occupying the Jerusalem temple, the Jews now were required to pay in order to worship in their own temple, now Greekified, Hellenized, and now they could have sex in the temple, whereas Babylon destroyed the temple, forced them into Babylon, and thus the raping of the Jewish women. And so this whole Nebuchadnezzar dream that Daniel interprets is Nebuchadnezzar being told that the Jews are going to get what's coming to them. But Persia, they have to wait through Persia, they have to wait through Greece, they have to wait through Rome, they have to wait through Christianity. Rome is the iron feet, and so iron, which is Rome, are legs, and so the feet is iron mingled with clay. Which is kind of hilarious, because this was written before the creation of Christianity. It is a prophecy. They are living in Rome when they wrote this. The book of Daniel, the dream. During the Roman period of time, the Jews wrote this and prophesied that in the near future, Christianity would get involved. Hilarious. And all Christians are in denialism. So yes, the Jews prophesied the day and the hour of the restoration, and Joseph Smith says it's Mormon. Okay, so section 133, as that was a lot of time wasted. This was November 3rd, 1831. This was part of the original Doctrine and Covenants of 1835. This is a legitimate document by Joseph Smith, not a forged document of Brigham Young. And so pay attention. Hearken, O ye people of my church, saith the Lord your God, and hear the word of the Lord concerning you. Excuse me. See, when I get excited and riled up, I tend to hiccup, or whatever that is called. The Lord who shall suddenly come to his temple. Did Jesus suddenly come to the Salt Lake? Oh, it's not even finished yet? Yeah, no duh. This is the great and abominable church. He's talking about Zion. The Lord who shall come down upon the world with a curse of Joseph Smith upon those who murdered him and stole his church and corrupted the temple. We've got the quadranted meteor showers coming up, Nelson. Are you sure you want to be stubborn and not hand it over now before it's too late? Because if you continue to refuse, the curse of Joseph Smith will happen. Right, Oaks? You too. You're next. Don't think that if Nelson goes, you'll be safe. Try asking all your former predecessors. And so I don't understand why Mormons aren't paying attention to these videos that I do about the curse of Joseph Smith. Are you that stubborn that the church has to be Christian with Jesus? Dear God, Mormons. Dear God. Yea, upon all the nations that forget the Jewish God, and upon all the ungodly among you. For he shall make bare his holy arm, and it will blind you from the whiteness, utterly disgust and horrify you with the hair in the eyes of all the nations. and all the ends of the earth shall see the salvation of their God. I have such a profound, deep respect for Zelensky, President Zelensky of Ukraine. That guy is just the most awesomest leader ever. Here he is, still trying to fight for his people against a big bad meanie, who's the first cause, by the way. And so he's trying to go to different nations for support over and over again, because they're not wanting to give it. And he was just recently with other world leaders, and the world leader men are in their suits and ties, and the women are in nice dresses. And he comes, he's in his war fatigues. He's my hero. I mean, seriously, the guy is awesome. He is just awesome. Wherefore, prepare ye, Mormons, prepare ye, O my people. Any confusion on what Joseph Smith is talking about here? Sanctify yourselves. Gather ye together. This technically is supposed to be whenever the call goes out. I'm jumping the gun. Why am I jumping the gun? I was inspired to do this. Why are we doing it now? There is not even a sprout yet for the fall. The fall has to happen first before I can put out this call. Crap. Come on. I'm ready to go. And now I get inspired to do this video. I'm ready to go. We're still waiting for the fall. Mormons are still in denial that they're the enemy, that they're committing crimes, not just sins, that they're abusing their wives, and the wives are just taking it. Thank you, husband. May I be abused some more. Thank you, Nelson. May you abuse us some more. We love you, O prophet of Jesus, who's clay. This is the call to Zion. O ye people upon the land of Zion. All you that have not been commanded to tarry, go ye out from Babylon. Be ye clean that bear the vessels of the temple of the Lord. So this is a reminiscence of Persia, in which they allow the Jews to go back and they get to take all of the stolen property of the temple back with them. So in this particular case, it would be everything that the church has stolen and occupied that they aren't allowed to occupy, which is quite a lot. Call your solemn assemblies. What do we call a solemn assembly in the church? It's when a brand new prophet takes over. The curse of Joseph Smith strikes again. Lightning strikes again. And speak often one to another. Keep in touch. Stay a little closer with arid extra dry. And let every man call upon the name of the Lord. Emmanuel. Yea, verily, verily, I say unto you again, the time has come when the voice of the Lord is unto you. Go ye out of Babylon. Gather ye out from among all nations. Why now? This, oh my God. This is too early to do this video. Maybe we should stop and redo this as 3rd Nephi 11, Revelation 19, Acts chapter 3, Samson. Why this one now? Why are you teasing me? From the four winds, that's the keys of Moses, in case you didn't know what keys he had as the president of the church and the Christ. From one end of the heaven unto the other. Send forth the elders of my church unto the nations which are afar off, unto the islands of the sea. The bishops are already in place. They'll bring you to Zion. And again, it needs to happen. The fall needs to happen. And if it were ideal, it would be, the fall obviously is going to shatter the news all over the world. Everybody's going to know that the church fell and what they did to Mormons. And thus, how we would be able to get those of you who are not citizens of America to come to America. It would be a religious thing so that we can have a land all to our own. Because we can't stay here where the trauma occurred. But anyway, and so I've already got it all planned out. I had to box it because it's taking too long. I'm ready to quit. So yeah, and so yeah, also anybody who's an Evermo, not just for ex-foes who have left the church because they knew it was false and never bothered to check for the learning of the Jews. And behold, and lo, this shall be their cry, and the voice of the Lord unto all people, go ye forth unto the land of Zion. Yea, let the cry go forth among all people. Awake and arise, and go forth to meet the bridegroom. Behold, and lo, the bridegroom cometh without his bride. All women said, not if you're the last man on earth. Go ye out to meet him. Got it all planned out. I've been going over with this for all this time. Prepare yourselves for the great day of the Lord. Watch, therefore. Joseph. We do know the day and the hour, Joseph. Come on. Quit teasing us. Quit teasing us. It's this month, right? It has to be, because after January 2nd, that's it. We reboot the cycle again, and it's no longer the latter days. And so let them, therefore, who are among the Christians around the world flee unto Zion. Let them who be of Utah flee unto New Jerusalem, unto the mountains of the Lord's house, the mountain cities of Zion and New Jerusalem. Go ye out from among the nations, even from Babylon, the great and abominable church, from the midst of wickedness, which is spiritual wickedness, destroying the temple rituals and prostitution. Let not your flight be in haste. Let all things be prepared. I'm ready. Pissing me off. I quit. I quit now. I'm not finishing this video. This is just making it worse for me. Because I've been inspired to watch certain shows, and those certain shows are having unfaithful women in them. Pisses me off. It's triggering trauma. Verily, verily, thus saith the Lord, let not your flight be in haste, let all things be prepared before you. And he that goeth, let him not look back, lest he turn into a pillar of the great salt lake, and sudden destruction shall come upon him. Referring to Sodom and Gomorrah, but as the masculine singular. Third person. Is it third person or is it second? Second person? Yeah, second person. Hearken and hear, O ye inhabitants of the earth. Listen, ye elders of my church, together. And hear the voice of the Lord, for he calleth upon all men, and he commandeth all men everywhere to repent. This is not the way to get Mormons to listen to you, Joseph. Your beaten tone is just not acceptable. Why don't you try flattery, pacification, and deception? That will get a better response. And then you can do a response video. For the Lord God hath sent forth angels, crying through the midst of heaven, saying, prepare ye, yeah, signs in the heavens. Mormons don't care about signs in the heavens. When the Lamb shall stand upon Mount Zion, and with him the 144,000. We just covered this video right before the break that I gave you from these scripture prophecies. Having his father's name written on their baseball caps. That one right there. Oh, I put it away. It's in the closet. That closet right there, not that closet. Wherefore prepare ye for the coming of the bridegroom, go ye out to meet him. For behold, he shall stand upon the Mount of Olivet. You see the duplication here? Stand upon Mount Zion, stand upon Mount Olivet. Same thing. Olivet is Gethsemane, wine press, olive press. So those Mormons who go to Zion are those who are celestial, who have been through the wine press and have not been tainted with tainted love. Tainted love. And Marilyn Manson's version is kind of cool too. He has a lot of cool remakes. Personal Jesus is a good one. And upon the mighty ocean, even the great deep, and upon the islands of the sea, and upon the land of Zion, he shall utter his voice out of Zion, and he shall speak from Jerusalem, and his voice shall be heard among all people. Is that where I make the call from? So it won't be from Utah? Interesting. Interesting. I had not conceived of that previously. Interesting. Because I assumed with the fall of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and the transfer that I would then send out from here the emails to all the bishops around the world. And then I would have the vanguard group head off to prepare the way for Zion for when the bishops get you guys all set up and start coming to Zion. So that we can be prepared, be orderly, no bugs, etc. But interesting. We'll have to see how this happens, because we're still waiting for a sprout at least. Dear God. Just 4 things left. That's it. Everything I've been covering for you in the 8.2K videos. All these years of the latter days, and it's over with. This is the final month. 4 things left. And I just went over them with you. The fall, the transfer of authority, the Exodus, and Zion. You know, the government portion is already well underway. And yet, we're still waiting for the sprout for the religious part of it. Dear God. The voice of many waters, voice of great thunder, which shall break down the mountains, and the valleys shall not be found. So, does that mean that the one off the coast of California is 7.2, I think? Was that one? He shall command the great deep, and it shall be driven back into the north countries. I already did that. That was in 2020. Don't ask me to do this again. I did the Elijah thing this year. That was this year. Parting the waters was 2020. Come on. And the land of Jerusalem and the land of Zion shall be turned back into their own place. Near shall be like it was before the days it was divided. Yeah, that's Zion. That's the mountain cities of Zion and New Jerusalem. 19 July 1840. Brigham Young didn't want to publish it, but he knew of it because he quoted from it about the wagging dog with a yellow tail or whatever. And the myth of the Constitution hanging by a thread. Yeah, that was the original one where Joseph Smith says the Constitution will be on the brink of ruin. Mormons were supposed to save it, not go to Washington to overthrow the government. And then said that Brigham Young is the enemy from his parable in section 101. Thus, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, with Nelson as the head. And Nelson just happens to be the baby name meaning of Lucifer, Mars, the husband of Venus, the inverted pentagram of Lucifer. And so, not a surprise that for the Christmas devotional yesterday, how many thumbs down do I have? Signs in the heavens and the likeness of things on the earth. Don't you believe Joseph? It's not me, it's Joseph. Alright, so the highways, this is the Isaiah thing. Highways shall be cast up amidst the great deep, barren deserts, there shall come forth pools of living water, parched ground shall no longer be. And I told Idaho chick this, the cities are going to have water that circulates. Be really cool. Because we're talking a city here. City. We're not talking about a home. No, a city with these waters circulating. Really cool. But it ain't going to happen if we ain't going to have the fall. So anyway. Fall down, crowned with glory, even in Zion. The hands of the servants of the Lord, even the children of Ephraim. Songs of everlasting joy. Blessings of the everlasting God upon the tribes of Israel, and richer blessings upon the head of Ephraim and his fellows, also the tribe of Utah. After their pain shall be sanctified in holiness before the Lord. Yeah, you're going to suffer. Like that woman last night. Oh my hell. I'm so grateful that I came to earth to suffer. were just good, you wouldn't suffer. Quit being bad. I wanna be bad. Make bad feel so good. Should that be the theme song? I'm in that kind of a mood right now. Alright, and then he goes to Matthew 24, gospel preached unto every nation. And the heavens flood in his presence. Okay, we're done. From Moses to Elijah, and Enoch. I did the Enoch one earlier this year. I have to do it again because nobody watched. Here we go. Here's his, what would become his 1838 history second vision. Unto them that hearken not to the voice of the Lord shall be fulfilled that which was written by the prophet Moses, precisely as it stands in Acts, and it's not. That they should be cut off from among the people. I checked in the 1769 1769 King James Version of the Bible, whatever year it was, and it was precisely as it is in our current one. Cut off. It is not cut off. It is destroyed. The translation from the Greek word is utterly destroyed. Also that which was written by the prophet Malachi, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. If you don't go to Zion, you're going to be burned as an oven, and they that come shall burn you. He does not put that here. That's an 1838 exclusive added information that Brigham Young didn't want published. But nonetheless, just in case it was to get published, Willard Richards tampered with it. And clothe the heavens with blackness, make sackcloth their covering. And for ye obeyed not my voice when I called to you out of the heavens, signs in the heavens, and believed not my servants when they were sent unto you, and you received them not. So apparently Mormons are still going to say no to Zion. Isn't that great? Wherefore they sealed up the testimony and bound up the law, and ye were delivered over unto darkness. Then shall go away into outer darkness, and there shall be weeping, wailing, and sarcasm. Behold, the Lord your God hath spoken it. So yeah, darkness has to do with Hanukkah, the fifth dark day of Hanukkah, which is on the 30th. So, in order for things to happen and be prepared, kind of need to work on a fast. Is that what you're telling me here? Is that why you're teasing me and mocking my pain? Never do it again. I died that day, and you can die too for all I care. As you wish. Oh, my dear sweet Wesley. Yep. Another unfaithful woman. Tell me. Did you rush off to marry Prince Humperdinck that same day, or did you wait a week? Or something like that. So, section 1, as we'll finish up here. Babylon has to do with the religion, the great and abominable church, the whore of all the earth. That was my original intention for this, but then I saw section 132 with Babylon and went, oh, okay, great. This is talking about it. We'll do one on section 133. Verse 14, the arm of the Lord shall be revealed. See, the plagiarism that Joseph Smith was heavily involved in. And the day cometh, the day who will not hear the voice of the Lord, your Christ, the Mormon, neither the voice of his servants, nor give heed to the words of the prophets and apostles. That's from the Bible. Don't think it's Nelson and the 12, because you're pulling an anachronism. Shall be cut off from among the people. You got to remember that section 85 verse 11 talks about those of the high priesthood, the leaders of the church, who are not allowed to touch the Ark of the Covenant, and they did anyway. And so again, there's cut off. You don't go to Zion, because you have strayed from mine ordinances, prostitution, sex trafficking, and even worse, Mormon housewives are being prostituted and sex trafficked, and still that's not enough abuse and abomination that they want to be a part of, and so they go out and they whore with other men. There's the swingers on the hillside of Draper, and you get the secret lives of Mormon housewives, and oh dear God, and Mormon wives who are prostituting themselves above and beyond the already prostitution of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And that's why I'm in a foul mood, because of the first wife. And then the second wife from 7 years ago sent me an email last night that I saw this morning. Dear God, she left. I knew, because don't even get me going. Don't even get me started. It's one of those days. So they've broken the everlasting covenant. That's the Greeks, violating the rituals, but prostitution. Getting raped as by Babylon, and being prostituted as by the Greeks. They seek not the Lord to establish his righteousness, but every Mormon walketh in their own way after the image of their own personal Jesus. And it shall perish in Babylon, even Babylon the Great, which shall fall. Notice Bruce R. McConkie did not decode this for the 1981 edition of the Triple Combination, which had to be rebooted after Spencer W. Kimball wanted to add another testament of Jesus Christ to the Book of Mormon. And so, why? Isn't this the United States of America? O Babylon, we bid thee farewell. We're going to the mountains of Ephraim to dwell. The Danites on Mount Ephraim. Hilarious. And Bruce R. McConkie didn't put the United States of America here. Why not, Bruce? Why not? Because it's not? I just want to crawl back up in bed and sleep my life away.